After 30 seconds in the horse stance, something happens. Your legs burn. Your mind wanders. A voice says, "Stop." Staying anyway builds mental resilience. You learn to breathe through discomfort. To stay calm under pressure. This kind of training reduces stress, lowers cortisol, and improves emotional control. It's not just exercise, it's mental conditioning. This skill transfers directly to life, stress, uncertainty, poor sleep, emotional challenges. Backhand index pointing right in the final part will show how this one movement becomes a full-body workout, and how to safely start today. The horse stance activates nearly every major muscle group, legs, core, back, shoulders, without moving an inch. That's why it works. To begin. Feet wider than shoulders. Toes slightly outward. Lower hips gently. Keep chest tall, eyes forward. Breathe slowly. Start with 30 seconds, build to 1 to 2 minutes. No rush. Strength grows in stillness. This is not about doing more, it's about doing better. Backhand index pointing right. So the real question is, will you try it today? Stand up. Take the stance. And let your body remind you what it's still capable of. This is where most fitness conversations go silent, but shouldn't. After 50, circulation and muscle tone in the pelvic region often decline. This affects bladder control, stability, confidence, and sexual health, for both men and women. The horse stance gently activates the deep muscles of the hips, pelvis, and lower abdomen, areas often ignored by traditional workouts. As you hold the stance, blood flow increases through the pelvic region, supporting vascular health and muscle engagement. For men, this can help support erectile function and control. For women, it can improve pelvic floor strength and stability. No pills. No awkward equipment. No invasive treatments. And because the stance lowers stress hormones while improving breathing, many people notice improved mood, better sleep, and renewed energy. This isn't about vanity. It's about quality of life. Backhand index pointing right. Next, we'll explore how this simple stance trains the mind, building resilience that carries into every part of life. What if the most powerful movement for your body after 50 wasn't something intense, sweaty, or complicated, but something incredibly simple? No machines. No dumbbells. No running shoes. Just your body, standing with intention. It sounds unlikely. Almost too easy. But that's exactly why so many people overlook it. The movement is called the horse stance, and while it may look like just standing, appearances are deceiving. For centuries, martial artists, healers, and monks relied on this posture not for show, but for survival, strength, and longevity. They didn't measure its value by how it looked, but by how it transformed the body from the inside out. Here's what makes it shocking: done correctly, this stance can rebuild leg strength, improve posture, stabilize your joints, enhance circulation, and even support hormonal health, all in as little as 2 minutes a day. No pounding on the knees. No strain on the hips. No complicated routines to remember. And unlike modern workouts that exhaust you, this one leaves you feeling grounded, steady, and energized. Most people over 50 assume strength must decline with age. That stiffness, balance issues, and low energy are just part of getting older. But that belief is the real problem, not your body. The horse stance challenges that idea by teaching your muscles, joints, and nervous system to work together again. Balance doesn't disappear overnight. It fades quietly. You start reaching for walls. You hesitate on uneven ground. You feel unsteady stepping off curbs. Most people don't train balance until after they've already fallen. The horse stance helps you prevent that moment before it happens. When you hold the stance, your body constantly makes tiny adjustments to stay centered. Your muscles respond, but more importantly, your brain reactivates proprioception, your internal sense of where your body is in space. Think of it as recalibrating your internal balance system. This happens without standing on one foot or using unstable equipment. Just controlled stillness. Feet grounded. Breath steady. Over time, this improves stability, reaction time, and confidence in movement. Walking feels smoother. Turning feels safer. Even standing still feels more secure. And here's the truth most people avoid: falls aren't accidents, they're warnings. They signal a loss of strength, coordination, and awareness. The horse stance restores all three. Backhand index pointing right. In the next part, we'll discuss something rarely talked about in fitness, but critical after 50, pelvic health, circulation, and vitality. When people hear core strength, they picture sit-ups or six-pack abs. But after 50, your core has nothing to do with appearance, and everything to do with survival. Your core is what keeps you upright when you walk. It's what protects your spine when you bend. It's what allows you to twist, reach, and turn without pain. The horse stance quietly activates the entire core system, front, sides, deep stabilizers, and lower back, without a single crunch or plank. Here's how it works. When you hold the stance, your body must stay tall and centered. You can't lean forward. You can't collapse. That constant need for balance forces your deep core muscles to engage automatically. Not explosively, but steadily. This type of endurance-based core strength is exactly what aging bodies need. A strong core reduces pressure on the lower back, improves posture, and helps you stay upright longer without fatigue. Everyday movements, getting out of bed, standing in line, driving, become easier and less draining. Unlike floor exercises that strain the neck or shoulders, the horse stance trains your core in a functional, upright position, the way you actually live. Over time, people notice they sit taller. Walk more confidently. Experience fewer aches after long periods of standing. This isn't flashy fitness. It's practical strength. And when your core is strong, everything else works better: balance, breathing, coordination, and even digestion. Backhand index pointing right. Up next, we'll talk about one of the most overlooked abilities lost with age, and how this stance helps you reclaim it before it becomes a problem: balance. After 50, leg strength is no longer about looking athletic. It's about freedom. Can you stand up from a chair without pushing off with your hands? Can you climb stairs without bracing for pain? Can you walk confidently without worrying about losing your balance? Your legs are your foundation. When they weaken, everything becomes harder: daily chores, travel, even simple movements you once took for granted. The horse stance directly targets this problem. When you sink into the stance, your quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and calves all engage at the same time. Unlike fast exercises where muscles switch on and off, these muscles stay activated the entire hold. That continuous tension is what builds real, usable strength. And here's the key difference: this strength comes without impact. No jumping. No pounding. No grinding your knees into dust. This makes the horse stance ideal for aging joints. Instead of wearing them down, it strengthens the muscles that protect them. Think of it like reinforcing the support beams around your knees and hips so they don't have to work as hard. What most people don't realize is that strong legs are directly linked to independence. From carrying groceries to catching yourself if you slip, your legs act like shock absorbers for daily life. Weak legs don't just slow you down, they increase the risk of falls, injuries, and loss of confidence. Just 1 to 2 minutes a day of this stance can wake up muscles that have been dormant for years. Over time, standing up feels easier. Walking feels steadier. You feel rooted instead of fragile. And perhaps the most important shift? You stop moving with hesitation. That quiet fear of, what if I fall, begins to fade. Because aging well doesn't mean avoiding effort, it means choosing smarter effort. Backhand index pointing right. In the next part, we'll uncover how the horse stance strengthens something even more important than leg muscles, your core, the system that protects your spine and keeps you upright every single. What's even more powerful is that this posture trains more than muscle. It trains patience, focus, mental toughness. When you hold still while your legs burn and your mind wants to quit, you're not just building strength, you're rebuilding confidence. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need special clothes. You can do this in your bedroom, kitchen, or living room. And because it's simple, people actually stick with it. In this series, you'll discover why this ancient stance is one of the smartest movements for people over 50, and how it supports strength, balance, posture, circulation, joint health, and even vitality in ways most exercises never touch. Backhand index pointing right. Stay with me, because in the next part, we'll break down how this simple stance quietly rebuilds leg strength and independence, the kind that keeps you moving confidently every day.